Hi, good morning. 1 hour's worth of good morning. I thought this was my mouse because I was looking at the screen and it clearly is not, though they are similar. Okay, let's not do that. I just needed something for a thumbnail and I don't do the flashy, impressive stuff, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending. Wait, what? I saw some notification. I wasn't reading it. So what am I doing now? You dare ask. Good question, because I was looking for the reference that I was wanting to draw. It's a present, a belated present, mind you, and I could not find it for the death of me. I don't know why. I thought I saved it and I did not, and it irks the hell out of me. And I also want to go back to working on these cards. I've been meaning, like, now, like I mentioned, the longer I not pull away, but like I get distracted with life and stuff, and then I'm tired and life just happens. It's harder for me to come back to my old projects. Like, yeah, I don't like that about myself, but that's how it is. I got life things to do. It's not like before where I'm single. I have no life, so I can do a lot more art. I think that would be the case if I did not have like my stuff as a family. And I know some people like, oh, I am so lucky I never married. And, I don't want to touch into that subject. Everyone has their reasons. Everyone, I understand. We cannot say black or white reasoning. There are exceptions. There are reasons upon reasons as to why they want to have someone, why they don't want to have someone, why they have kids, why they don't want to have kids. So yeah, blah, blah, blah. Let's get on with the drawing. It's already 2 minutes and I've been yammering on. So I was struggling with trying to find a reference picture for my last minute gift, apparently. And I thought I can do a larger picture, but I cannot. I hope I can make it to scale. No promises. And this is not the drawing tutorial I mentioned in my description. This is just a gift thing. I was going to do this before I went on here, but I couldn't find the correct one. This one is not the correct one. And yeah, they look like two balls. But, the problem is I'm not very good with drawing simplified characters. I've mentioned before, for those of you who are unaware, I'm not very good at that. But I still try anyway to get my practice in. So I can improve in that department. But at the same time, I'm not really keen on simplified work. Originally I was not, but I can appreciate it and how much harder it is to work on them, because when I try to draw them myself, like I would balk at it, like, yeah, simple, that cute stuff, so what? But when I try to draw myself, it's a lot harder. So I do have a change of mind, a change of perspective. Like, it's a lot more difficult than it really is. So hey, man, it's okay to change your mind on certain things in life, all right? But it's, oh God, it's looking ugly. I'm trying my best. So ugly. Oh, right. I got, like, from my Mother's Day gift, my husband got me like this paintbrush cleaner and this portable easel thing that I can draw upright, but I'm not going to use it right now because I didn't think about it till just this instant, because I just remembered at the top of my head. And I was like, oh, right, I have that, but I don't have my setup properly so I can record that in that manner. So I don't know if I'll do that in the future. If you want to see that, let me know. Okay, let me know some way or somehow. Comments, chat, Insta, let me know. Do I have my shameless plug paper, or do I have to write it down again? I probably have to write it down, but I don't feel like it. Oh no. Okay, let's stop getting distracted and keep drawing, lady. So yeah, this is going to be hideous. The very first sketches, I'm not very good at the first sketches. It takes a while for me to connect where what goes. Okay, so ear is like right kind of here. So the good thing about having references, despite what some people in online land say, is you can kind of treat where things goes as a puzzle. Like the ear is like around here, and you can put this here and it makes the most sense. But sometimes I don't always get it right. Sometimes I get it wrong. I would think, oh, that's correct. And turns out, nope, you messed up. And the downside about drawing on canvas, you can't always get everything. So it's going to be super smudgy. And I've gotten some, I'm not going to say naggings, but, oh, you're supposed to draw in blah. And I'm like, shut up. I know. It's a difference between like getting advanced. But if the person doesn't draw or have any art background, I'm not saying you have to be a professional, but you don't even draw and you're giving me advice, you need to sit the hell down before you start giving out unnecessary advice. Okay. Because I know some people like to give advice online where they don't have any grounds on saying such things, especially when they don't draw. That irks the hell out of me, okay? Like, if you don't even draw and you think you can give me advice, don't do that. Please don't do that. And I'm trying to be nice. Like, I'm giving you a warning. Don't do that. If you don't draw, like, even like a tiny amount of drawing, that's fine. Just if you don't draw at all, but you're trying to give criticism, I'm like, I have to question. Okay, now this side is bigger than the other. And I'm trying to do a rush job because it's kind of last minute. I had this idea, but I was tired these past few days. I'm always tired. Welcome to middle life-ness, where you're always tired. And then there should be like an Olympic game section where people just complain about how tired they are. They do have a do nothing competition, I think in either Japan or China, one of those two, but they just lie there and do nothing. And the one who does it the longest, they win a prize. I was like, wow, I should join that. But it's a lot harder than it sounds, especially if you have a tiny bladder or you get itchy a lot, or you are always having invasive thoughts in your mind when you do nothing. It's a lot harder than it sounds. But that would be interesting to participate, and you could say, oh, I did the do nothing contest. But you don't know whether to be proud of it or ashamed. But I would say just for the sake of saying it. But maybe not in front of my family. Okay, so what can I talk about today? Oh, I did post a day or two ago, give or take, about a YouTube issue where they sent me an email literally on Mother's Day. I'm pretty sure it was on Mother's Day, but it was on the weekend for sure, saying that I lacked sufficient channel history. Like, what the hell is that? Can someone elaborate to me what that is? Because it sounds like people making up words and putting them together just to make excuses to take more data from you. I'm sorry, YouTube gods. It's just I have to question. Okay, I'm an adult. We get to question things. And so I was like, what the hell is that? And so I was like looking at the links that they sent me embedded into the email. And they said that I need to build up my channel history. And I was like, what the hell do you mean by that? Like, the only thing I can think of is I haven't been engaging with my audience for a while. Life happens, I get sick, plus seeing propaganda, la, and I'll let you know. Yeah, it gets grating after a while. I will pop in once in a while and I won't tell you, but you won't know, but it's gotten less because things have been a bit busy on my end. So there's my reasoning. I'm sorry. But that's the only thing I could think of. And then there was one where I was flagged down for made for kids, and then I removed it. But while I wouldn't remove it initially, it had some not negative experience because I was able to draw things, but it was a request and I was like, okay, never mind. I took it down. And so I was trying to rack my brains. What the heck did I do to cause this? And then I checked online as well. It turns out this happens often and there's no reason. They just do it. They just send it to you and they want you to verify. So it says you're eligible. You're not banned or anything. It's one thing if I got a community strike, like I was, they say what the heck I did that was wrong. Okay. Yes, that would make the most sense, but there was no specific thing. I even had to get to the point where I did use the chat feature on my YouTube studio. I did contact someone there and I asked, hey, I received an email about blah, 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 and I lost access to advanced features. How do I fix this problem? And then she had me screenshot like the advanced feature section excuse me. And then she mentions, oh, you might have been sent that by accident, so just disregard the email and you should just use your YouTube channel as per usual, like normal. And I was all like, so nothing will happen, including my live stream, because I got to do that too, you know. She's like, oh yeah, you're fine. But then if you want to get the thing done, make the advanced features eligible again, this is what the person told me. I have to do any of those things, like the phone. I don't know, phone. I think I already have the phone number verification, but I have to do the government ID thing or show my video face thing. And then it'll be up there for like 2 years, and then they'll take it down whenever they feel like it within that 2-year time frame. And so I was like, my ID? Why would I? That sounds a little questionable. I'm trying to make it as nice as possible in case YouTube is watching me. And so I was like not sure about doing that stuff yet. And then my husband, he has a YouTube channel as well. He was saying, well, you need to try to contact a real person. And then he was trying to help me find some information. He did find some information to contact them, but I was like, I think this is not for me. This is for certain people that have higher things, like I don't want to specify and get him in trouble, but I was basically saying this is not, I don't think this is for people like me. I don't have any, I'm not monetized or anything. He's like, oh, just try, it's for anyone. I was like, so I tried it. It bounced back to me saying that we don't do this for just anyone, basically, and you need to contact them with the community tabs. Now, like, they're not going to answer that. I looked at the ones, they have similar problems to me. No one answered their question. How long am I going to wait? And the earliest I saw was like at the time, it's probably a day by now, but when I was checking the community tabs that had the exact same problem as me, it was 15 hours. And then I also checked on Reddit, like, how do I contact an actual person when I don't have that option anymore? Funny enough, the feature where I chat to that person is not there anymore on YouTube Studio. It's not there. It's just a question mark, and it just sends me to the help center / go to the community tabs. I don't have contact people. So I think they removed my I think they did remove my advanced features for sure, because I wasn't really checking. I was like, okay, it's there, it exists. But now that it's gone, I'm like noticing things here and there. So I end up having to, is her hand so low? I checked on Reddit, and they said the fastest way is to contact them on X / Twitter. I'm just going to call it Twitter because X sounds like the Spice Channel. The Spice Channel in the 90s. Ew, yuck. And so I was like, I don't want to go on Twitter, but the husband / editor says you have to deal with this. That's the only way you can contact a real person, because you need to contact a real person. He is the kind of person who has to, you have to do this, you have to do this. And I'm like, oh my God, stop talking. And so I'm like, fine, I'll do it, just stop talking. And then I reinstalled my Twitter. I had a Twitter, but I deleted around the time COVID happened, and there's a lot of fear mongering, probably a lot more now for what I could tell. And I just uninstalled. I felt so much better. I remember getting really riled up over nothing on Twitter. But now I'm like, I was like, oh gosh, do I want to go back? But I have no choice. So I did. And so I saw the online support system for YouTube, and I sent them a message within the space that I have. I didn't want to have like a really long, elaborate explanation, because you can't really do that on Twitter. And so I sent it. I haven't heard anything. So if there's any way to contact a real person who actually can respond, not like a freaking robot, feel free to let me know in the chat or comments, because I don't know how this will affect me later on. Hopefully it doesn't mess up my usual stuff, or because I don't, just the whole government ID things kind of freak me out. You know, I've encountered scams left and right at some point, and I don't want to, you know, I already know I'm not that smart, but I don't want to make things worse for myself, you know? So anyway, yeah, that's the dilemma I have right now with my YouTube stuff. So far it seems okay, but I don't know for how long. Okay, I don't know. And KFC is sending me a notification. Anything else I can talk about? I don't want to keep reminding myself about this freaking YouTube stuff because I'm already on YouTube. Let's not make it redundant now. Oh, that's kind of cute. It's not correct, but still cute. And then they're supposed to be a lot wider, but right now I just need an idea going on. And the original reference is like a kind of like a carnival in the sky theme. I don't have that kind of time. I will try to make it. Oh no, see, it's a little off, but whatever. That's fine. This is, I don't know why their feet only has one toe. That always bothered me growing up. I think that was the one reason why I did not really latch onto Little Twin Stars. They only have one toe. I never understand. It might just be an art style and they have more than one toe. Just, they have so many fingers, but one toe. I don't know. They recently have new characters too. I don't know what their story is entirely. I would look them up, but one of them has a questionable name. I will not say it. But I forgot what the other girl's name was. Lily or something, or Lila, something. I don't know. And they're like the polar opposites of Little Twin Stars. They have black and gray and purple colors in their motif. And so they're like the more edgy version of Little Twin Stars, but they're both girls. And I think supposedly they grew up together because there's like pictures of them as babies. I was like, oh, okay. I don't remember that in the 70s, but sure. Yeah, they're from the 70s. It's older than me, man. They're older than me. So, okay. And then I'm geeking out Sanrio lore. I rarely ever hear about Little Twin Stars and their parents, but apparently they do have parents, and then they sent them to do things. I forgot what their story was, but they had to be sent down to like learn how to be better kids, better people, because I think they're kind of bratty, and so their parents are like, uh-oh, you gotta go learn them lessons or you're going to be all messed up when you grow up. So they sent them off on their own doing their own thing. So I'm not sure. Okay. I need to read the story more. So this is at the top of my head. I don't do research. And I know YouTube or content creators don't like that. Like, oh, I need to do extensive Wikipedia-esque research in order for me to have valid responses and words to say online. And that's not how that works in real life when you think about it. Like, you don't have to know everything and anything, just as long as you don't, even if you admit, find out, that what I said was totally wrong. Just own up to say, what I said was wrong. I totally do that all the time. I don't just like, yeah, I'm still right. I don't double down and say that's right and you're wrong. I don't have that kind of time. If I mess up and screw up, I'll say, yeah, I fucked up. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. And move on from there. That's it. Okay, so around here, actually, I'll get rid of that. I'll just try to make it, because there was a different version of this I wanted. It was a different perspective. You're looking down, and then they're like looking at the land people, I guess, and so they were just looking from the sky, and I thought that was kind of cute. But for whatever reason, I cannot find that stupid reference. And I was already looking at like 10 minutes in. I still can't freaking find it, and I know I saved it. It could also be saved as what is it? Screenshot. It could be saved as a screenshot, and I just plumb forgot where I frigging put it, and I did not have the time, or I did, and I just wasted away like I usually do. Okay, so there's that. Okay, it's kind of ugly, and then they have a little house here, I guess. Let's just put that there. There's supposed to be, oh no, there's a tiny town here. Oh gosh, do I have time to make a tiny town? Why did I pick this one? I can make it less and just have trees and stuff. I can do that. Okay, and then I can do a little tiny moon or something. There's supposed to be fireworks, like it's supposed to be like might be not 4th of July. It's in Japan, so I don't know. Maybe it's in the summer or some other. And then I'll just, okay, so here's the general. It's so ugly, but I have a grace period of fixing it. That is fine. Now, what color do I, okay, so it's a dark blue. I will try to make it as pastel as possible, but no promises. Okay. white. Where are you? Oh, shit. I have... The rare instance I'll use a paint palette because I don't want to do certain colors. I need to not have too much contamination just because. Okay, that kind of works. There's probably some purple too. Shoot. Or I could use pink, but I don't feel like it. I don't know if I have time to do not work in progress. I'm sorry. A drawing tutorial. I want to do little drawing tutorials to see how much I can get away with. And to practice, of course. I will practice. Ow. Ugh, ew. I don't have purple on me for some insane reason, but my kingdom for purple. Sometimes you can just mix. Hopefully it'll work. Oh, okay. It kind of does the trick. This is a last minute gift. I don't recommend doing it this last minute like me, but sometimes shit happens. You have to make do with what you got. But I think if you have some level of skill and you can, I don't want to say get away with it, but if you can make it so where it looks like you did put effort. Of course there is effort, but it actually looks like you tried. And I am. Shoot, look at me trying. It should be fine. But if you totally can't draw or paint and you try to, I don't recommend it. Don't do that to yourself. You'll be really upset and waste your money on supplies. It turns out it's not good. But I've done this a handful of times, but I really don't like doing that because I sometimes have no idea what to give people. People have everything now. It's one of my issues with trying to buy gifts for people. I don't know what to get them anymore. They have everything and anything, and they could just go online and buy it themselves. If they save up enough money, or they have jobs and they have the monies, they can just do that. And so I'm like, what the heck? What can I do to contribute? And I honestly don't know sometimes. And so recently I was like, I've been hoarding all these mini canvases, and I've been like racking my brains out for trying to make them to ultimately, in the end, I decided to do like a Sanrio lesser known character series. But then I also started doing little portraits of my family members, and particularly my niece. No, I started off with my nephews because they're a lot harder for me to buy them gifts because I have a harder time buying things for boys unless they like art things or anything similar to me. But if they don't have anything similar to me or I don't know too well, then I struggle like a lot. I know the one of my nephews appreciate a lot. The other one, I wasn't sure, but maybe I'll find out later. I don't know. Okay, so. And then there's I have another nephew. Next month there's a birthday, but I think he's easier because he likes scary stuff, and I like scary stuff. I just worry I might make something that might be too scary, and his mom gets mad at me because I can go overboard with the scary details, but I think it should be fine. I just don't want him to have nightmares staring at that at 2 a.m, and then he wakes up in a cold sweat. I don't want that on his conscience or my conscience. Okay, so I need a little bit more white. Okay, that's a lot better now. Kinda. Clouds are clearly white. Yes, they are. I know people are supposed to like paint the whole thing, and yeah, I could do that. The only thing is I can't see it very well unless I use pen. I don't have that kind of time, so I'm going to try to cut corners. I don't recommend it, but if you're trying to paint fast and you don't have much options, you're going to have to try and see what happens. And then if it messes up, that's on you. That's on me. It sucks, but that's on me. Okay. I'm going to try to make the clouds have some slight tint of color. I think that would be cute. I'm always a sucker for pastels. I didn't used to like pastels growing up. I used to hate them. And pink a lot. But as I got older, I thought that was kind of stupid. Like, it's okay to like colors. There's nothing. What did the colors do to you? They did nothing. But if you wear certain colors and they don't look good on you, that's the most they'll ever do. They'll make you look sick. Okay, so white paint. Okay. My hair, what the hell? So even though there's blue, it's fine. Actually, let me get another brush. This one's kind of stupid. I need to speed it up. 26, that sucks, but it's not too bad. Okay, I'm trying to get it. Not too big of a brush, but not too small. And this one's kind of, ew. Believe me, you're not missing much. Oh, this one's okay. Okay. Ew, what the hell is that? Ugh. I'll just do the general overall shape, but not the line part, like the little curves of the clouds. I can make them a little spread out so it looks a little bit more like actual clouds than drawings, but no promises there. See, this is the problem why I can't do pencils too well. I cover it with the paint. It pisses me off. So I lose track of where I place things. Even though I have a reference, I rather have it more on where I'm looking at rather than on the reference. But that's why I have to use pen, but I don't have that kind of time. And it looks like I'm doing nothing, but I need to have this white paint here. Oh, there's clouds that are pink. Oh, I don't know. Sorry, I'm looking at the reference again. Okay, so what else can I talk about while I get on with this stuff here? I talked about YouTube. I talked about a little bit about Mother's stuff, but not too much. I could talk about that in a bit later. I can, Sanrio a little bit. I can geek out about Japanese dramas. Okay, people left, so it's fine for me to geek out about them. So I haven't been watching. I want to watch them, but they're not as accessible as they were like 10, 20 years ago on YouTube. But there's a few that are still around. I think because they're not that popular that they can still get away with it. I don't know for how long, though. One of them that I've been watching with my friend, well, she's different time zone, but we're basically watching the same same drama, Hanakimi. And my God, it's from 2007. It's such a long time ago. It doesn't sound like it to me, but in general, it is quite an old drama by today's standards. And the certain styles of clothing or hairstyles or how they, said things, it is quite dated. But even now, after all this time, I still find it one of the most funniest, entertaining dramas ever. And if you don't take it seriously, you'll have a good time. I think if you're like over analyzing or wanting certain things, like you have expectations for dramas and you see this one, you're going to be disappointed. Okay, so if you don't want that, don't bother watching it. But if you can have an open mind and have fun with your dramas, and they can be quite goofy, very questionable in some cases. I think some of the things that some of the humor they have, they would not get away with it today, but that's in Japan. I don't know about Japan now over there, but here, I don't know. So I had a lot of fun watching it. I do have favorite characters, and it's weird because it's in a high school setting, and I'm super old, but then if I remember their general age groups, they're about my age, so I don't feel as bad. The actors and actresses, they're roughly about my age or a few years younger. And then I'm like, okay, I get it. That's fine. And then I found out one of them, according to my friend, was actually started to publish his own book. I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. And it wasn't, and you would think, oh, would it be something goofy or some sort of celebrity gossip sort of thing? Because that's what they do here most of the time whenever they release a book, and it's not really well written. But then he wrote something that questioned about life and struggling with having to go through life and the concept of sadness and being quite analytical. And I was like, it's totally outside of his usual typecast character. So I was like, okay, that's cool. I would buy it, but it's in Japanese and I have to read it by Google Translate. It's so lame. But I thought that was kind of cool that an actor can release quite an intriguing sounding book. But at the same time, if it's too deep, it might fly over my head or other people's heads. But I thought that was kind of cool of him to even release such a thing. And then one of the actress, I think the main actress, she retired to get married and have her own family. And I think that's unheard of in Western society. Like why do you have to blah, blah, blah? And some women nowadays in Japan also, like, you don't have to do that because you got married. You can still have a career. But my God, it's a lot harder than it sounds. And then you have to care for the house after you finish working full time. So I understand why women also in particular, decide to not stay at work because it's freaking a lot to do. So I don't know how sometimes people say such things without fully understanding or considering their situation. Plus, not all women are the same. Not all men are the same. So it's really interesting how they take upon themselves what they do with their career, that it's a successful career, and they will say like, oh, she threw it away for a man. She threw it away to get married and have babies, and they look down on people like that's their freaking choice in business. Shut up. Let them do what they want. Gosh, it's none of our damn business. And that's the other thing I also notice online, that they think because people post things online, they think they can just criticize and critique every single living thing that they can. I'm like, no, you don't. You don't even have to. You just like, okay, and then that's it. You don't have to. But I think because they assume, oh, they're posting their lives, I have the right to comment and say the most ratchet shit ever. And people have. It's really sad and pathetic. Like, don't do that. I thought we were better than this. Apparently not. Anyway, yeah, so I had a lot of fun watching Hanakimi, and there's a special afterwards. But when I was watching the special, it just seems more like those recap filler episodes, and it's like over an hour. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna. I thought they're gonna visit, what's her face, Ashia in California, and I'm just seeing filler episodes in the movie special, and I'm like, what? Because I absolutely don't remember them watching the special, and so it's totally new for me. But the quality is not so good. It's been a release several years ago, so it's not the best, but I appreciate it. And there's subtitles, which is great. But then the longer I watch, the more I realize there's a lot of filler going on, and I already watched it, so I don't need to see all that. So, oh, that's kind of cute. Oh, okay. I didn't finish it because I'm distracted with life, but I should try to watch a little bit more as I have some free time if possible. And then I want to watch other dramas, but the more I look, the more I can't find the ones I used to watch on YouTube. Guilty, I might have seen it somewhere else, but I thought I could try. No, they don't have it, and they have like Korean versions, and no, that's not what I want. Then there was My Boss, My Hero. That one's also kind of funny, but also kind of cheesy as well. But I have fun watching it. I don't know. I just have a lot of fun watching that stuff. And they have that still. And I'm still looking for some more. I'm pretty sure, well, it's not a drama, but they do. I remember seeing, what is it? Revolutionary Girl, Utena they have. Fushigi Yugi they have. The Mysterious Play. They have a whole bunch of animes, but they may not be the ones you want. Usually the more popular ones, they will want you to buy or rent. But if you're lucky, you may find some from the 80s and 90s that are still available for free, and you can watch it. Some of them, they would announce, like, I have to take it down after a few days before YouTube, gets at me. So watch it, download it as much as you can, because I'm going to take it down. I saw that. I think it was for Akira. I was like, what? Oh, okay. But yeah, the quality was really good. I already have a video of Akira, but yeah, I was like, oh, it's nice to see on YouTube for once. And then Robot Carnival, I think they still have. Venus Wars, I think. I'm not sure. Project Echo, I think they have almost all of them, but my favorite is the first movie. Even their English dub is quite good. But after the first movie, the rest are not so great. They changed the voice actresses, and it's like, I don't like it. But the very first dubbed of Project Echo is the best one, I dare say so myself. So I have a lot of fun watching these old things. I don't have the same reaction to Disney things or even like cartoons that I watch. Oh, the only exception is Freakazoid. Freakazoid's so funny. I don't understand why. And Animaniacs I thought I would like, but I just don't have the push to want to watch it again. But anime from the 80s and 90s, early 2000s, some mangas, yeah, like I would go back to them. And even the Japanese dramas, I would go back and just have so much fun watching them again. Of course, I won't watch them like every time. Like, I'll get sick of it too. But when I come back to it, it's like, oh, okay. And I even forgot some things. So it's very nostalgic for me to keep watching that stuff, because I basically grew up on that stuff. I also grew up with Disney. I think because it's all over the place here, it gets kind of tiring. So I'm not as interested. And, the whole thing about, a lot of these women grew up and want to be Disney princesses and like, and I do notice an ongoing trend about women around my age. They grew up around Disney princesses and they want that Disney princess treatment and, the whole concept of princesses. And then I'm like, I never bought into that. I was not interested because I was too busy drawing. So I didn't really think that hard about, being a princess and being, spoiled rotten by my rich daddy or rich parents and blah. Like, no, I never thought that far. I like the art. I like the animation at most. That's what I appreciated when I remember watching it. And I also like the side characters of Disney. They're funny as hell. Oh my God. But I was the minority. I didn't pay that much attention. So I don't have that much of an attachment to Disney, even though I grew up around Disney with everybody else. It's kind of weird, But meanwhile, Akira and Venus Wars, Project Echo, Vampire Hunter D, those sorts of animes. I didn't really grow up watching Gundam. I didn't care for robots, but I know there are girls who also like robots, so power to them. I don't know. Plus, I also think the realistic mechanism about being inside a robot, wouldn't that make you really motion sick? Like just bouncing around and getting clobbered by, another opposing robot, robot. Wouldn't you feel like really, really sick being jostled around left and right like that? See, that's me being being too technical for my own good. So that's probably why I couldn't be a part too in depth with the Gundam group, the Gundam Club. Okay, so getting there. Okay, it's 39 minutes. I should probably do something else or let this breathe a bit. Oh, wait, I need to put some white. Okay. See, it's going to be ugly for a while before it gets good. And I think a lot of people who are new at doing art things, when the work in progress does not look as good, And it's not like, oh, only new people. Like, yeah, if you've been painting or drawing for a long time and your work is not turning out great, you're gonna want to feel like you want to quit and start all over. You can, but like, I'm already here. I might as well see it through, unless it's really a terrible take and you really hate the side of it. Like, why did you? What is this abomination before me? So for me, I try to give it a chance because I can cover my mistakes with acrylic paint, thankfully. But I can't do too much because after a while the paint will get really clumpy and gross. So I try my best to give myself some grace, but not too much, or I will add too much clutter to the paint. Okay, so there's that. It's not that great. Oh, yuck. But okay, what color is her hair? Okay, I'm trying to figure out. Maybe this one with white? Maybe. Other things I can talk about besides J dramas. Yeah, and it started segueing into anime because I watched that a lot more than dramas. But I did watch dramas for a time, especially when they were much more accessible back in the day. And I miss that so much. I wish I should have bought the DVDs, but yeah, the import prices were not cute then, and they're not cute now. So I can't win. Okay. So anything else to do or talk about? Oh, the Mother's Day weekend. I said weekend instead of day because I ended up celebrating it since Friday. Saturday, I went out with my family again because the weather was nice and we wanted to take advantage. I think Friday was the dinner time. Saturday, we went. Where the heck did we go again? Oh my God. Oh, we went to the beach. We went to the beach by the Golden Gate Bridge, and it was cold. There were people in swimsuits swimming in that water. After I saw that biohazard warning, even if the warning is not there anymore, I'm not touching that water unless it's my feet, and that's it because I can wash my feet. I don't care. But where there's holes involved, there's biohazard water involved. I don't. If you're smart enough, don't go in that water where I'm at. Please don't. And then we hung around a bit, bought some things, and then went home and had takeout. Yeah. It's not a super lavish. Oh, I'm going on a yacht for my no. Um, it was nice. It was nice. And then my kid gave me like a little Mother's Day project for his gift, though it was more like an assignment in class. But I appreciate any of that stuff. The only other thing is he wrote 3 words 2 times. But I appreciate it. I still appreciate it. It could be worse. I like that handmade stuff. But I feel as though people don't like making me handmade stuff because, like, oh, I'm not as good as your art. Like, I'm not that good either, okay? I'm not that good. Oh my God. If I look on Pinterest alone and see the crazy talent they have, my God, that is, I need to stop looking at that or I'll feel bad about myself. It's okay to admit such things, but yeah, I can't look at that too long or I lose confidence in what little good I can do in my art. Plus, I'm not very social, so I don't do those swap meets. I don't go to those conventions. I'm not saying it. I can't do. I should not do that. It's just it's. I'm a weak baby. That's all I can say. Okay, so this is looking kind of raggedy, but it's getting there. So I'm going to take a break from this. So this is all that I'll do for this painting for now because I need to do this off camera more properly. But that's not too bad. Let me just take a picture of my results. Let me see. Okay. Oh, I had this. Oh, okay. All right, now I need to work on at least one of my works in progress, and I don't have the correct paint on me right now. And then if I have time, I can throw in a drawing. I know, I'm like, oh, let's just throw a thing. No, I should take it seriously. But I try to do more things to keep me busy, because if you see my activity with my art stuff the past few weeks, if not a month, it's out of whack now. And I'm trying to get myself motivated again, but it's so easy to feel tired at my ginormous age. I need my reference of this guy. I like how I can do different things. It's just so funny to me. It's like, how did you make that? And then what the? It cracks me up. I don't know why. I just find it so funny. Okay, so I need some red, obviously. Get it over here. Okay, so here's this. And then I need some. We'll try this. I don't know. And some white. So I still have white. That's fine. Okay. A tiny brush. That might not be too good, but oh well. I need to buy more. That sucks. It's almost done. It's just some areas need a little bit more highlights, and I'm going to try to make them a little brighter. No promises there. Actually, let me get that thing. What my husband got me. I have time. It's kind of big, though, so I hope it can fit. See if I can raise it up closer, but probably not much of a dent. Okay. You don't get to see it. I'm just kidding. Ah, sorry. Oh, it fits perfectly. Okay, that's good. Okay, so get over there, Rhonda. Get over there. Giant gumdrop. Okay, and then the rest should be kind of okay. I'm not going to raise it up. I just want to get this kind of closer to the screen. But it's not looking too well, and I want to drink. I love my drink out. Yeah, now it's not even hot. Why did I say hot? Would you like some peach soda? It's pretty good. Anyway. Now it's a little closer, so it's not too bad. It's just kind of clunky. Okay, you go here. And this bat thing, I think this is cute. So I'll put this down over here. And, all right, so there's something. Actually, should I raise it up? A little bit. But no, you can't even see it, so never mind. Never mind. And it's not gonna, okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to see how it works. All last minute. Lovely. Okay. I know that's the correct way, but my camera, my setup is not built the as it should be, but here we are. So I just want to bring it closer to you guys, if possible. So yeah, the Mother's Day weekend was pretty nice. And then the actual Mother's Day weekend, instead of having my family around me, I think they were tired from all the moving around out of the house. They decided to stay home. I ended up being by myself, and I went to Japantown. But that's fine, because I like being alone. Seriously, I like being alone, because every so often I'm always thinking about other people. But then when I'm by myself, I'm like, oh, it's nice to have my own thoughts and think about me for once, And so I and had I still go home early because I don't like being out late. It's a lot of things close down late at night. I mean, when it earlier on over here, which is kind of annoying, but what else can I do, And so, can I put this here? Oh no. Okay, I can put here. So they try to prevent theft. I think that's the reason why they close early. But in Japantown, it should be fine. Well, no, never mind. They're kind of near the not so great area sometimes, and it's like I understand. So they have their reasons. But at the same time, it's like you can't really go much anywhere unless you like to go clubbing or bars and stuff. And I don't do that. I think when I was younger in my early 20s, I tried or I was invited by a coworker. It ain't for me. It's annoying. I was like, how do you enjoy yourself in this kind of setting? This is stupid. And then I think they try to tell themselves or try to lie to themselves, like, this is fun. This is what adults do. This is fun. You should have fun like us. And I'm like, this is not fun. Stop lying. Stop lying. And so I'm pretty sure I'm not the life of the party when it comes to the social standards of socializing in a bar, in a club, or whatever. And maybe I like dancing, and then that's it. The whole drinking thing, that stuff, I don't like vomit. Okay, that's why I'm always getting away from that shit. I'm pretty sure I have a slight phobia for vomit, and so it does not interest me. And the funny thing is, I don't mind going out. I like going out. I just don't want to be going out with a whole bunch of people. It's for me to life hack that, dare I say, to go out when no one is around. You go out during the weekdays. Like, instead of going on weekends, which is what we are brought up to do, like, oh, we're supposed to have fun on the weekends with our families. So are all those other people with their own families. Okay, so you have to go on a weekday, which is kind of hard when, you want to spend time with family, but they're at school or at work. And then meanwhile, you're the weird one. But at the same time, it's so much more relaxing just to be out and know there's only like maybe some old people wandering around and some kids cutting from class. Like, I see some random kids cutting class. Like, go to school. What are you doing? But yeah, there's like lumbering around like they got money when they clearly don't have money. Like, you don't have a job. What are you doing? Go back to school. So yeah, I think that's what I like more about going out at my age. I just go during the weekdays, and I don't have errands. It's so, I don't know about relaxing, but it is it's a nice time to get away sometimes, just to like breathe and not think too much about things. So I do enjoy that more than going out on weekends. But then because my family's around, I try to be a little bit more energetic about going out on weekends. But lately my family's like, nah, the weather's yuck. It's ugly outside. I don't feel like it. And I'm like, you're going to regret thinking like that when shit happens, I'm not very good at motivating people to get outside because I don't like going outside either. But, I'm trying to spend time with my family. Anyway, oh no, why is this like that? That's not supposed to happen. Actually, I may do a bigger painting of this. It may seem scary and he looks like very questionable by religious people, but at the same time, I just like the design. It's so cool. I love it. Because while I struggle with little twin stars and all the cute little critters and stuff, this gets me. I don't know. it gets my skills, and so I can breeze through this pretty fast. I don't know why that is. It's so freaking weird. It's not like a freaking flex or what have you. It's just that's how my brain is wired, apparently. I just found this out recently that I gravitate more towards detailed art, even though there's heavily detailed art I cannot do, but I end up doing it more. But at the same time, it's so weird that my brain rather gravitates towards this than the cute, easier stuff. Because most people like easy, but I don't know. I think my brain likes to be punished. I don't know. Okay. 54 minutes. I should probably wrap something up. I thought I had time to do a little art tutorial. Maybe not. But maybe I could do something quick. But not too bad. Okay. Oh, that's a little red here. It's not too yellow, that's why. But I need some element of highlights going on, and it can't just be white. Okay, it's a little better. Oh, it was so nice today. I thought about going out, like, oh no, I have a live stream, I can't go out. I don't mind that too much, but then I thought, oh, maybe tomorrow I can go. No, I have to take care of a handful. Actually, I need to start doing things early today so I can get some of it out of the way. I have to take care of things to do some meetup with my sister and mom and her son. Okay. Yeah, while I don't like doing tutorials, I should probably try to train myself how to explain how I do things, but it's not. I'm supposed to improve my blah blah blahs, and I don't feel like it. But I think it's good for me to practice how to talk, how I do things, because I'm not very good at explaining what I do. I wish I was, but I'm not. So I'm envious of those who actually can teach people how to do it. But I don't like that stupid, uppity, snooty attitude some artists have when they talk about such things. It's like, shut up, just tell me how to do the thing, okay? And then just that's it. Thank you. Don't have to be such a snob about it. That's all I want. That's it. Just tell me how to do the thing. I don't need your life story. Don't do this because yeah. But don't be a snob. Just tell me how to do it, and then that's it. Thank you. That's it. I don't know. I think they try to stretch it out for the 10-minute mark on YouTube. So, I don't need that much. Okay, so yeah, I don't have a lot right now. I mean, it is a lot, but there's like a whole bunch of things I need to fix, especially like the areas that are too white. I need to like dull it down a bit, but um, it's getting there. But I also don't want it to be totally carbon copy to the original. I just wanted to have the likeness of the Yaksha King. So this is the Yaksha King from Black Myth Wukong. And I want to do a larger painting of him, but I'm also intimidated, and I have a handful of canvases. I'm a bit indecisive as to which one I'll use, but the larger one, I have to set it for either the Headless Monk, because he's my boy, and then there's also the Destined one. I want to do the Chapter 6 armor, but the non-pure armor is pretty badass, if I dare say so myself. So yeah, there is that. So I will do a quick drawing, but I need a quick reference. So get over here. So here you go. All right. So last week I started off on a tutorial for this, and something was on my desk, and that pisses me off. So I might have to paint this later. I don't know, but overall, this is pretty good, if I dare say so myself. Because I was worried but I noticed when I played back the tutorial, I was talking way too much. It was annoying. I need to not do that. But it's really hard for me because it's my first time, right? The tutorial wise. Sorry, peach soda break. Let me try to pick an let's just pick something. It'll still be a cartoon drawing, but not a little challenging, a little bit, because I don't have much time. Let me. Hello Kitty, nah. A lot of the characters I notice are birds, even though I don't like real birds. I don't know what that is. Okay, I'm trying to find reference. And there's, oh boy. There's Hagyodon. He's kind of weird. Okay, so this is getting kind of stupid. Sorry, I need to look for reference. Spotty Dotty's too difficult. Even for me, funny enough. This Dalmatian dog. Oh, maybe Pata Peppy. Okay, so we got this old boy here. He is an owl and very cute. Okay, so hopefully I do this right. Pencil. Okay. Like the pencil will fall on my lap when I call its name. Okay, so. Oh gosh, camera. Are we focusing today? Please, thank you. Oh wait, should I just do this way? Just do this way. Yeah. Yeah, I usually don't do this way, but let's just see what happens and if it'll actually work. And then if it does, I'll actually use it. So what kind of helps me with the character most of the time are the eyes. Usually, let me set this down here, you jerk. I gotta position myself because it's kind of hard from this angle. Ah. Oh, my alarm. So this guy has huge eyes. And if they're turned at an angle, one side is larger than the other because this one's going that way. Like, it makes sense, right? When you turn, your eyes don't look the same size, right? Because the perspective's a little different. And one of my weaknesses is making completely round circles. If you have that problem, so do I. But for now, sketching is okay. And if you want to not have the lines, I think it's just you just do the arts with little line art as possible in that case. And we have circles here. And just don't draw too hard, especially with areas that you're not good at. So you have an easier time to erase when you do screw up, and you will. Okay, so actually this one's supposed to be more narrow, but whatever. And if you can get away with imperfections, and as long as the likeness is still there, that's the important part. So you gotta draw the little feathers and the little, it looks like an ear, but I don't know what those are called. I am not well versed in owl anatomy, unfortunately. So it has a kind of a roundish head, so. And it has a little eyebrow, kinda. And the line art for this sort of art, it's not totally connected. It has more of a watercolor appearance to it. So I do like this kind of art style, so I can get away with having messy pencil work. And then we have near the wing area, so getting there. This one I screwed up a tiny bit, but that's fine. I'll live. And you will too, in theory. And it has little cheeks. Usually they're supposed to be red, but I don't like the red too much, so I would just paint it or color it pink. And there's a tiniest of the tiniest beak. But that's how it is. Okay, there's that. And you kind of make like rounded triangle shapes. But not, you don't have to fill it up like that. Just think of it that way. Then make this here. They don't totally connect at the end. Well, this one's not supposed to be there. Sorry. So more or less. And then from the reference, okay, so it's around here where his little butt is. And the tummy area where his chest and stuff are. There's a bit of a circle here, but then it continues down, sloping towards the back, like so. And we burp, and then we continue with the second wing, and it's not as big as the other one because the angle. He's at an angle. So yeah, this one is actually a Sanrio character I really liked, but for some reason they didn't find it very marketable and popular, so they pulled him out of the merch. And I was like, what? I like it. It's a cute style. So I was like really sad when he showed up as fast as he left. I was like, what? Okay, so now from here, the feet start going from here. Okay, and then the other one's around this side, yeah. Well, hour and 6 minutes already. That's fine. I'm almost done. Sketch-wise, anyway. And then we finish the bottom part rounding around here. And this doesn't touch the other foot. So it's like barely touching, but not really. And then we have it here. Oh, cute. And then the tail, for whatever reason, is down here. So I'm like, okay. And then we continue the wing-like shape, but it's now a wing. Okay, it's like kind of like this. All right, and then they have little feathers. I assume they're feathers because they match his feather color. One up, one down. Okay, and then where is Eraser? Oh God, where did I put you? I was just using it earlier, and then it's like, guess what? Hide and seek time. So we clean up our mess, more or less. But we're not totally done because the other thing is he has a kind of pattern on his chest area. So they look like little Christmas trees, but sometimes the designer or people who make his design, they don't always adhere. Sometimes he only has 3, sometimes he has 5. They're not very consistent about his design for whatever reason. I don't know. But I'm just going to draw them like little faint trees for now. Okay, and then there's one more here. Not one more, 2 more here. Okay, so it's like that basically. So, okay, that's pretty cute. So now I will try to clean up the line art. And then that is it. So let me... Where's my stupid eraser? What the hell? I mean, I do have one here, but that's not the one. Okay. Sorry. The problem with this one, it smashes down when I erase. So it's kind of flat, and I cannot erase fine lines. It's kind of stupid. But I think with this one, I can get away with a lighter kind of drawing. So it's more, it's originally drawn like it's a watercolor. So I can make it a little bit messy. Well, actually, you can use like those, what is it they use to shade? I forgot the term. I used to use them a lot, now I forgot. But you can use it to have it more smudge. You can smudge it around a bit. But if you don't want to do that, that's fine. You can still have the line art maybe a little thick, and then that's just called a day. I really like this character too. He's really cute. Well, you don't have to do this part, but I just want to have it because it's a navy blue, so it's supposed to be kind of dark, but I just want to fill this in. Oh, I have another. How many sketchbooks do I have? But I always have them and I don't finish them. I need to not do that. But I don't know. I just like buying sketchbooks and then I end up not using them all the way. But I need to stop doing that, or at least keep using them every so often so I'm not just wasting them like I am right now. Okay, so wrapping things up. It's still messy, but it's a sketch. I hate that I had like a word coming out of my mouth and it's not the word that I want. It just comes out as a weird sound and I have to somehow fix my sentence. I hate when I do that. But sometimes it works, sometimes, most times it does not, and I just sound weird. Okay, so this one is fine. Do this one. This one. Oh, this one looks like it has baggy, not baggy, but like sagging eyes or eye bags. There you go. I was like, what do you call that again? Okay, so there we go. And his name is Pada. Such a weird name, but still cute. Yep. Oh, it's too cute. I like it. Okay, so before I go, I do have one little sketchbook. I only have 3 drawings in there. I just started because after a while I do prefer doing these kinds of hyper detailed art, I still get. Oh, yeah, hi. Yeah. Me too. So I just use cute art as a break because while I struggle, it is good practice for me to try to get something done. Well, this is just a sketch of something to paint later on. I bought like this weird small house cubbyhole sort of thing, and I might paint it into like a little house. Probably. And then I just do cute art to calm my nerves, take a break from all the crazy detailed art, a break from this guy here. He's looking like a man. He's not supposed to look like a man. I'm supposed to make him look like a friggin' monkey, and he turned into a man. I'm trying, but See, yeah, I find it funny that I can do these sorts of things. It cracks me up, to be honest. But I don't think people believe sometimes I can do the same thing until I show that I do the same things. I don't know. It's weird. So that's him with strawberries. Very cute. Then this one, I think it was based off a pencil box where he's painting a fence and he has pig nose marks. This one's more rough. I just did that last night when I was sleepy, but I tweaked some things because the original drawing does not look too good. It's probably not that great either, but I just want to get it out of the way and fix it. And this one was from the 50th anniversary. Is that it's they keep saying 50th anniversary, but it's been the 50th anniversary in 2010, so I don't know what this one is. So it's like the third 50th anniversary. I know my math is bad, but not that bad. So anyway, I just fixed this a little bit more, and I will probably not color it, or I will just set this on a painting at some point, just not now. This is just like a sketchbooks to take a break from things because I am very lazy if I am away from doing art stuff for a while. Do I have any other drawings in here that are... I need a breather. Oh no, most of these are kind of yucky. And then I have original art I don't feel like showing right now. Let's see. I have Psylocke, but I don't like how she turned out. She looks like she's posing for something, and I don't know what exactly. Like Life Touch. Life Touch pose. I don't know why the first thing I think of people when they're posing an awkward way is Life Touch. It cracks me up. I don't know if Life Touch photos are anywhere outside the US, but for those of you who grew up around Life Touch photos, you know what I'm talking about. Like they're standing by a ladder, they're standing next to a tree, sitting next to a tree. They're they're posing with their hands. Like it's so weird, but it's still funny. And then there's original Psylocke, and I think Colossus, he's a painter apparently, and so he was using her as a study, dare I say study, and he was painting her, as still life, I guess, or a model, I don't know. And yeah, I keep forgetting the original Psylocke. They keep changing her hair, so I get kind of confused, but she had like really curly hair, and it was also purple, but she used to be a blonde. And that confused me until I read somewhere that she just dyed. She kept actively dyeing her hair purple. So I was like, oh, okay. I think it was for her modeling career to stand out. Yeah, that's what I remember hearing or reading about. But if I remember now, like now her hair is like in 3 different colors. I'm confused. That's why I'm not into the Marvel lore as much anymore. It's there's too many things going on, and I don't know. And there's some purists out there like, I stopped reading it after the 90s or the 80s because it sucks. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. I still like the art, but at the same time, I do notice a kind of elitist sort of mentality for like old things like comic books and Dungeons and Dragons and video games. And I'm like, just have fun, shit. I mean, you can have gripes about certain things and certain changes. I understand that. But sometimes when it just sounds like you need to calm a little bit down, it's not that big of a deal, okay? And it's out of your control. You're not the one in charge. Unless you do your own fan art, you make your own thing based off the game, based off the comic book. By all means, have at it. But until then, chill the hell out. So what did I do today? Well, I started on a present. It's doesn't look good because like, how do you make that and then do that? Then how do you do that and you do this? I didn't work on that today. Well, I'll do it off camera. Sorry. And then how do you do that when you do cute little pictures like little pig with a strawberry? And then how do you do all this crazy stuff? And then you do like cute little, I don't know. I just find that so funny. But I like them. They're so cute. But they're a nice break from doing all of this because after a while, it takes a while for me to get this done because I screwed up a lot. And it still looks like a man to me. I'm trying to fix it again where it looks like a monkey. But then I get tired or someone keeps asking me for help and I have to get up. And then by the time I can sit down, I gotta go sleep. So yeah, it's been kind of hectic with my art stuff, but I'm glad I'm still wanting to do some art stuff at all. Worst case scenario is I don't do any art stuff. And that has happened before. And that was not really related, like, oh, I have a midlife crisis. Oh, no. It's more like I was doing more work related things with my art and it got really grating and annoying and I didn't like it. So I wouldn't draw seriously for maybe about 6-7 years. Or I would try to do like a very whatever sketch where I just hated everything I did until I did arts and crafts. So what saved me was arts and crafts. And eventually I got back to drawing, but it was more into painting and I like that a lot more. I do have Procreate, but I just got so used to this. And it challenges me more than doing digital art. But I'm not saying digital art is less art. It's just you can get a lot of things done. You can have a whole bunch of mass produced prints, but this just draws me in more, I swear. So anyway, I think that'll be it for now. I talked about Mother's Day. I talked about my issues with the inaccessible advanced features because there was no real reason, actually. They said I lack sufficient channel history and I need to fix it, but I'm like, how? How do I fix it if you don't tell me what's wrong? And then I did a very somewhat brief tutorial. I also did the presents. I talked about other things and this and that. So I think that'll be it for now. If you actually showed up in the chat, thank you. That was one sentence. I'll appreciate a sentence. It's either that or nothing at all. And I didn't do this, but I'll probably do this off camera. So thank you for having me. Sorry if you're just dropping in. You can leave a comment if you like. And go back next week on Wednesday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I was here a bit longer, but if no one talks for a while, I'll just go. That's usually how it is. But if people hang around and talk, I don't mind. But I usually don't get that often. And they're usually my friends, but they got lives way more than me. So yeah, I'm a shut up now. And thank you for sticking around. And I'll see you again next week on Wednesday, 11 a.m. This is Delion getting on out. Bye. Thank you.